Okay, welcome back, everybody. Um, we are concluding our cover letter, and as you can see, to for the majority of your screen, because this video is actually going to be small, so that the majority of your screen will be the actual presentation. And I would encourage you to run present so you can see it in full screen. So we have three remaining paragraphs. And in this paragraph, the beginning paragraph, it says briefly but explicitly or implicitly make a statement of what your resume says about you. And it says, see example sentences. And this one says, my resume illustrates specific examples of instructional leadership. For you, it will be instructional execution as a teacher and success as an urban school leader. Why is that relevant? Because my resume documents that I've worked in inner city schools. So if your resume shows that you have volunteered with helping organizations, or with your organization for which you have an affiliation, sorority slash fraternity, only use sorority and fraternities if you have done community service and engagement, because we don't ever want people to make prejudgments about us, that our fraternities or sororities are just fun party organizations. So if your fraternity or sorority has done something specific and you put that in your resume, state it plainly. And then it goes on to say about specific things from the resume that shows your strengths. And again, I will give you an example paragraph. Then the next paragraph, it says, what makes you unique, if applicable, but if you cannot assert something here, you can leave that paragraph out. So don't think you have to do that middle paragraph. Now, the final paragraph is what is going to be the summary. And these are things that good writers do. In the beginning paragraph, you're introducing yourself. In the second paragraph, you are giving specific examples of how you stand out. But then your final paragraph is going to encapsulate or summarize everything that you've talked about well, not everything, but some of the things that you've talked about in your cover letter. So the final paragraph says, summarize your letter of application using the example. However, be sure to use vernacular that is commensurate with experience, expressing confident humility. Refrain from using simplistic, any kind of language that doesn't imply a scholar or a college graduate. I feel, I am, just so simple. But you can make it simple but sophisticated. So listen to my example. It has been my pleasure to communicate my strengths as being one that has a strong reputation for providing opportunities for high academic achievement and personal mastery with staff and students. So that's what my resume is saying. And then I'm going to make a statement that invites myself for an interview without telling them you're going to invite me for an interview. My statement says, I look forward to an opportunity for a more in-depth conversation, how my strengths, my talents, my experiences can benefit your school or school district. Thus, my deliberate attempt to encapsulate my instructional assets in a little more than one page resume. You don't have to put that, but you might want to make a statement in, I deliberately attempted to keep this cover letter at one page, as I anticipate an opportunity to speak with you more in depth. So when you view that, you can certainly adapt your paragraph. I'm going to come back in a few minutes with an example, and then my last statement before my salutation and my signature, I make this simple statement. If I can provide further information, please feel free to call me at, and state your phone number again. Even though it's listed at the top, put it again so you're making it easy for the reader. And it says, thank you for your consideration. So I'll come back. At this time, take an opportunity to write your middle and final paragraph. Okay? And I'll come back with an example.